furry friends, it is Liz, and I am back with something I bought, or I should say won, at auction on eBay. I'm very excited about it because I haven't ordered much lately, and I don't know, I'm just a big kid and I love the idea of a package on its way. So let us open this up, and I apologize, I had to do a voiceover because I was out in my sunroom and the fans were going and it was just entirely too loud. So anyway, I am opening this up, and I will tell you, I got this for $9. I won this for $9. It is a little bit different from what I've shown lately. You guys know that I love dolls and toys of many different eras, especially the 80s when I grew up. So here we go, just so you are prepared. It isn't necessarily a thing or a video that you would normally expect from me. And here we go. They are My Little Ponies. And this is Peachy, and that is Lickety Split. And these are all the reproductions. I probably don't need to say that, but for those who do not collect the My Little Ponies, then I would like you to know that, because these would be rather pristine if they were the original. But people who collect them can tell, you know, just like if you've collected dolls, then you can tell if a doll has been reissued or is a reproduction. So just kind of including in some info for people who may or may not know about all of these. There's Minty. And I do admit I did have to double check on some of these because I don't remember all of their names or when they came out. So I got all of these, I can't believe, for $9. So I think this is the part in the video where I start to talk about my friend Christy, who lived next door to me. And my husband and I have a running joke because he teases me and says that she never existed because her name was Christy Friend. And I tell him that, and he's like, "Sure, Jan." Like I made up this friend, and I just couldn't come up with a name, so it was just completely generic. My friend Christy Friend, she really did exist. She lived next door to me. She may or may not have been my friend because I had an in-ground pool. I don't know. But I went over to her house a lot to play, and she was big into the My Little Ponies, far more than I was. She also had Barbies, a pretty good collection. At that time, I hadn't started collecting much of the Barbie dolls because I was still kind of into the other types of dolls and the Cabbage Patch and all that. Although I did not have a Cabbage Patch yet when I met her, and she did have one. Anyway, this is my Christy Friend story about the My Little Ponies and why I just never did get interested in buying them. She kind of ruined it for me, and I'm going to tell you why. She was one of those bossy friends, and you know what? If you go over to someone's house, it's usually their house, their rules. It's just like an unspoken, maybe it's just a girl thing, I don't know. It's just polite. You play how they want to play. You pretend how they want to pretend. So she would offer either we could play Barbie or My Little Pony, and never ever the twain shall meet because they couldn't interact. She would not play that. It had to be one or the other. We could not integrate the My Little Ponies into the Barbie world. She would say that they had to be their pets. I think if she would give in, they had to be the Barbie pets, and then they wouldn't talk, which was really bizarre. She had this really specific thing that she had to have it just that way, and I just didn't understand it there. But we did have a lot of fun. It was really neat to have her next door. She had a little brother named Eric, who was my little brother's friend, and I had a lot of good times with her. I'm kind of teasing on the My Little Pony thing. It was one of those things that was a big deal when I was a kid. Now I remember it as an adult and I laugh. But anyway, they don't all actually look that bad. It's just, and you know, if you've watched my videos, I'm kind of a little bit persnickety. I'm going to go ahead and give these a little wash with a magic eraser on the vinyl, and then wash the hair. And then I'm going to, if the bows are looking a little tattered, I might take those out and put in my own little adornments and such. Maybe even some flower crowns. I don't know. We will see. I always like to add my own little touch to them, a little something extra. And then I'm going to put these in a display in my guest room. And the guest room is not very large, but I'm sure a guest would be glad to have it. But I don't want to make it out to be, you know, far more grand than what it actually is. But I'm proud of it. It's all secondhand or given to me items that I've repainted and put together. Anyways, to kind of recreate that look of the 80s and the 90s, kind of girly. It's definitely pink. But I got a shelf that's definitely 90s. It has heart cutouts, and it's kind of like a shadow box display, but the cubby holes are kind of deeper. It just reminds me of little horse stables. So anyway, that's where these are gonna go, and I will show you that at some point in the future. But for now, thank you guys for spending some time with me, listening to me ramble, and I hope you have a magical day. Bye-bye.